Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. In today's video we are going to be working with some Cobra lilies, and I'll give you a little shot of one there to start with. Cobra lilies are a carnivorous plant. These guys are a temperate carnivorous plant, so they're actually dormant right now, and we are going to be transplanting one of these guys. So I'm going to give up the sour cream container and move him up to a little bit bigger container here. So the reason I'm using containers like this is the bottom half of a bleach container. Actually, I'm going to try it. Punch some holes in the bottom, cut it to the right length. These guys, although they like bright sunny weather in the summertime, they need cool roots. So if you were to use a traditional black pot, the roots are going to get very hot. But if you can find something white, I think your chance of success with them is a whole lot better. So this was my experiment with a white pot, and I absolutely hated the fact that I was in like a sour cream container with writing on it. So I discovered the bleach containers that have no writing on them whatsoever, so that's great. You know, you just remove the label, clean it up, recycle it, use it for this. And the other thing is, I am told they like a shallow pot. I've been growing these guys for about 4 or 5 years now. I got a lot of my information from a place called Sardinia Northwest. Jeff Dallas has a great video out there, and it really helped me a lot, so I'm going on his recommendations. I believe they even said you could use like kitty litter pans, something, you know, not very tall but a good surface area. So I don't want to go there yet. These plants aren't that big, but I do want something low and light colored to reflect the heat. So anyways, I've already got some peat moss and perlite mixed up. You want to make sure that you pre-mix it ahead of time. This stuff takes hours to get moist, so I always have a bucket of moistened peat laying around for just this sort of occasion. I'm going to trim up some of the pictures that are down below that I've never been able to get to, and who knows, it might end up getting divided as well while we do it. We'll see how that goes. But anyways, let's get started. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is unpot these guys. Now they've been in these pots for a couple years, so it should be pretty solid in there. When I did these ones, it was just straight perlite mix, and they did fine in just straight perlite, or sorry, straight peat moss. And I think they will, I'm going to add a bit of perlite to the mix this time. But look at this. Look at the runners. They definitely were going to have some new plants this year. I'll have to be really careful with those. Don't know if you can see that properly. So I'm already finding some nice runners on them. Lots of good roots coming out. I've got a little bucket of water next to me here to sort of rinse my hands and some of the roots off if I need to. I really don't want to disturb the roots too much. The peat doesn't smell bad or anything. It's just a matter of getting it a bigger pot. So you can see the root system on them isn't huge. You know, these are the roots. The runners are definitely big. So I'll spread those out gently. And I was really hoping to get in here and sort of divide a bit, so we'll see how that goes. There's a good shot of everything. I don't want to just be pulling stuff apart if I can't see it. Maybe what I'll do is I'm going to rinse the roots. You're still on camera there? Yeah. So we'll give the roots a rinse, and then we can see what's really going on. I didn't want to clean them out this good, but whatever. I want to see what's happening here. Potentially looks like chance for a lot of divisions in here. Multiple crowns. I was really hoping to get in and start hacking off some of these bottom pictures, but everything is just so tight. I don't know that I'm going to get a chance to do that. Some of these pictures are years old. They're just like got buried under the bigger ones. So you never want to cut off any pictures that look good. These guys take a few years to regrow their pictures. Like they're not like other carnivorous plants that regrow them all every season. These ones last for a few years. Here's a nice little plant. And it looks like for now, I'm just gonna leave it at that. There's another little one I could grab probably. Doesn't look quite big enough. Yeah, so I'm gonna leave it at that. So roots are all cleaned off. Got a new little plant out of it. Alright, go back to this. Remove that. So there's its new pot. And as I say, this time I'm going to use a mixture of peat and perlite. So this is just pre-moistened, just to take the dryness out of it. I just have it in a 5-gallon bucket, and every once in a while squirt the hose in it and let it absorb the water. So that way, when replanting like this, the peat will rehydrate fairly quickly. Now you never want to transplant these guys in the summertime. You want to pick a time when they're dormant, like now. So it is the end of January. And after it's done being transplanted, I'm just going to throw it back outside where it's been all winter. And in the wintertime, we've had a few freezes this year. And it's sitting outside. There's a bit of frost this morning actually, but it's under the covered area, so it didn't get any frost or that. So let's see, how can I do this and have you guys in the frame too? There we go. So I'm not too worried about those runners. I think they'll eventually find their way up. I just am more worried about it finding its being in the right spot in the pot. You don't want to bury it too deep. Yeah, this stuff is a perfect wetness. It still is light and fluffy, but you can feel it's moist. And as I push down the peat, I want to make sure the plant stays where I want it to be. Because the peat's so light and fluffy, it's going to take a bit more than what you'd think it would to fill the pot. Probably not the most exciting video, but you know what, if I'm working and I can bring out the camera at the same time, then might as well bring you guys along for it, right? Repotting is not always the most glamorous thing, but has to be done. This was in that pot for a couple of years now, so there we go. So I'm starting to feel it's getting a little bit tight, and I don't want it right at the top. I hate it when I put too much soil or peat in, and if you were to ever top water, it just would run out because there's no ledge around it. So in a month's time, I may have to come back and put a little bit more peat in there once it's all kind of compressed down. But there we go. There is Cobra lily transplanted. Good to go for a couple more years. Got a bonus plant out of it, so that's cool. Probably could have had a few bonus plants out of it if I really wanted to, but I already have several pots of these, and I'd rather have a few big displays than little pots of them everywhere. But anyways, that is what the root system looks like and how you transplant a cobra lily. I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you want to see more videos like this, make sure you subscribe to my channel. As always, thanks for watching.